Hi guys, welcome back to the road to 1600, where we work on my 5-minute games. I've just had a little warm-up game there. Went alright, a few blunders, but so we're going to get some e4 on the board. Trying to work our way up to 1600. It's a little bit ambitious, but I think we can do it over the next few months. So subscribe if you want to join me on my journey, guys. I think, what is this, Caracan? I think you reinforce with the French and Caracan like this. So there's more pressure on this square, but we've got it covered, so we just develop, I think. Knights before bishops. This knight is a bit of a problem piece. If here, does that block the queen's defense of this square? So if takes, this takes, but then we take. So I think we can get this move in, develop the queen if they take. We're just ready to castle now, which looks good. So now we kick the bishop. We probably, if they go back, we reorientate on this square. But nice, we get the development of the queen here. But now they can take this pawn. So, I see what they were doing now. They've obviously got a bit more experience in these lines than me. So if we take, they hit my queen and threaten this. I have to go all the way back with my queen. Protect this fork square, except the bishop already protects it, so that was it's just incorrect. I would have been better going here and hitting the knight. Luckily, knight moves back anyway, so we can pin now. If check, we develop to protect the piece, but then here, kicking the defender, but then check. Here, I think it's okay. I think we just get another piece out, maybe hit this pawn in the center. But maybe go for this line is better, because then at least our queen has vision on this pawn. Like this, here, take. Trying to remove the defender, the bishop here. My mic working, you can see me, yeah. Right. Yeah, we take that. And then we take that. Or could we not just have taken with the queen before? Yeah, we could have just actually straight up taken with the queen because this knight was just pinned. But we take this, and that looks nice for us now. We've got our pawn back that we lost earlier. And now we just have slightly better development, I think. We're close to castling. They're really far away from castling. So maybe we're okay. What do we do here? This not working. This going after this pawn / a queen trade. If we get a queen trade on the board, I think we're happy because we're just more developed. Although then they take this pawn, so we've got to defend that pawn. So maybe back here is cohesive. Just holding this together. Maybe bishop comes out and castle. So this rook looks scary, but we're soon going to oppose it and just have much better development. I love this pawn stopping this knight developing, guys. We love that. So let's get castled, and then we're going to contend this rook. So now we can counter that move by going after this now weakened pawn here. So maybe this now. We're also just hitting the rook, but queen protects. Just if ever we get a rook on this d file to contend the other rook. So if this, they take, we get double pawns. Can we go after this rook? No. I love how dead this knight is, though. They've got real development problems here. So we line up. So if rook takes, we have to go back, which is a bit awkward. This. Prepare a sneaky trap. Forking the bishop and queen. We love that. 2 minutes left, guys. We're at 1600. Yeah, so there've been a few bumps along the way. So if here, they just give check. Do we even care if check here? What do they have? Let's see if they want to do that. We just take it. So now that's sort of anti-developing for them. Here we get a nice bishop hitting the pawn at the end. I think we're just better. But maybe that gives them a get out of jail free if we get queens off the board. Maybe just here. I don't know. Here. Then here. Maybe this. Not sure. We want to get this moving and then we can bring a rook. Or even this now looks beautiful. Hit the queen, then we can bring a rook and try and just snowball, exacerbate our lead in development into like a winning position. Okay, so we can't hit the queen anymore, which is annoying. We can hit this bishop. What's that? I don't know what that queen move actually does. Let's try this. Make that pre-move. So our queen's looking really strong. Their knight is looking really bad. If we get this trade, I think we're just going to tear apart the position because this rook is the only thing in that position like holding everything together. We can get control of this d-file as well. I think we'll be overwhelming. So this looks good. Look at that. Hit the king. Takes, we've got a pass pawn. I don't know what this move does. Maybe they're trying to get in here. Alright, also, yeah, it's hitting the knight, isn't it? So if this defend the knight, or this looking to get this, sort of like this. I don't know. We've only got 1 minute left, guys. We need to go quick. This, it doesn't actually hit anything. So now we just want to get these two moves in. So we're threatening to fork the king and queen in that case. I'm loving this pawn here. They'd love to win that. Queen trade. Do we want that? Probably not. How do we complicate this? Protect that, protect that. Say no to the queen trade. And now we got this. They're just trying to force the queen trade. All right, we do it. We don't mind. We got this, and we're coming in with check. We're going to try and just win some pawns. 1 minute. Come on, guys. We've got to protect this. So here. And then we protect this pawn like that. And now they try and undermine the pawn, I guess. We don't want to let this knight into the game. So maybe this. Maybe hit the knight, try and stop this move coming. I think this move is essential for our opponent. Maybe we play that to try and kick the rook. Or just this, going after that pawn. With this, we take its check, but then they can take the knight. So maybe we go for this. Not sure. This is probably bad. Not got enough time to think about it. This is probably like just about okay. So then they win a pawn in this case. But then can we threaten a fork here? It looks pretty forky. Just take the pawn. Oh no, but now the king can hit both our pieces. But then here to defend the rook. And maybe we're getting out of jail. That's a check. So maybe remaneuver, hit this pawn. And then we can push these two pawns to promotion. Yeah, so we thought that was coming. But now we defend the rook. So they're going to try and pile up pressure on this knight, but then we just move the knight. That would be a fork if this knight would move. So if here, but then rook just takes. But this looks good now. Winning this pawn. And then we're going to push these pawns. Simple plan, guys. Simple plan for a simple man. Let's go. Push. 18 seconds. Oh no. I don't know. Is this mate? This is probably mate. We didn't have enough time. No. Oh no. Now we're going to get trapped between our own rook. Like that. Yeah, they're just going to at least get a draw here. We were winning so bad as well. Look at us about to promote and they just scraped this draw. Just shows how powerful that is, guys. 2 rooks on the rank here. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have enough time to think about that. Let's look at that in analysis. See how we should have won that one. Yeah. I mean, even them getting a draw is just an absolute scrape. them winning is just a scandal. So that was best move, just defend in the center. And then we loved this, but then they won this, yeah. And yeah, like I said, I could have taken that pawn straight away. And then it got a bit annoying, like we were way better. It's just couldn't quite break through easily. And that was a blunder. Why? Because this just won the knight. And even if we'd inserted that, we'd have still lost the knight at the end of it. And here we're still winning massively. I thought. Yeah. Oh. Check to deflect and then win the other rook. Wow. And then yeah, we had like 10 seconds left, guys, but once I saw this, I was like, oh no, what have I let them do? I was messing around pushing the pawn, but we somehow had to stop this rook coming in. It was just, how do you stop it coming in? It's quite hard to do. Maybe we do that and hit that rook, but it still comes in. And once the rook had come in, I just forgot that this was mate and went for the queen because it was hitting the rook. Yeah. Right, let's get another game, guys. So we were winning. We just time issues. That's what it's all about. Dealing with the time correctly. We take. I think we push. We take a big center. They're gonna come and undermine on c5. So here, I reckon this after maybe that. Yeah. So they're preparing it. So we see what they're going to do with this bishop here. We reinforce, getting out the pin. Now they're going to play this. So how can we prepare for that? Maybe just this is flexible, gives us some open squares to look at. That's a good counter because it targets this weak square, but now we go like this. But then if takes, we'll lose defense of this pawn. So maybe this to defend both pawns here. And also give the queen vision there, which looks quite nice. So maybe queen out, then knight out. Let's try that. So they might insert this capture, so we've got one less defender on this square now. I think even if they do, we've still got enough defense on here. Takes. Have we got anything interesting with a knight like that? Don't think so. Let's just keep developing. Maybe this. Oh, that's brutal. That loses this pawn. We've got this though. Going for a nice bishop. They trade queens. Then maybe we can castle and defend this, hopefully. I think we're losing this pawn at the end, though, aren't we? So do we insert this? Or that, trying to trade it off. Let's try this. If they take... Yeah, this seems okay. We're still defending this pawn. We did lose a pawn there. Maybe this is annoying. Kick the queen, but we don't really mind in the long run. So do we hit this knight now? That's the question. What if knight comes in here? No, it's defended. Well, let's kick this knight. We don't like that. Here we go here. But then the knight jumps back. Yeah, so we're trying to make up for those time issues we experienced last game. So we've got 3:30 left, slightly behind on the clock. Right. So can we get some knight activity? Our knights are both looking a bit trash. Which side do we castle? Probably doesn't matter. But the queen is lingering over on this side, so maybe. So they're using danger levels. So if take. What do they get at the end? Maybe we can sack here. It looks probably not great, but it looks okay. There's a bit of pressure on this pawn at the end. Yeah, we've got to take. So this is hanging now. This doesn't work, this doesn't work. So either here or here. And I like the way the rook can't hit our queen. That's why I decided to go for this. It makes the development look a little bit funny. But, so now where do we castle? This way. Try that. And now we've got this open file to work with, I think. So like, bring the rook, and then move this bishop here. If queen takes, we get this devastating damage into their pawn structure. And I don't think they can even do anything to stop it unless they want to play like this. But then we just take. We're offering them this pawn. We're already down 2 points of material. Wow, they take it. Alright. Defending this. And now maybe we're going to get some tempos against this queen. So we can just start hitting the queen with the rook and maybe win this pawn, get in on the 7th rank. It's looking pretty good for us. Wow, they throw in the in-between move hitting the queen. Have we got a check we can throw in? So that stops us doing this and winning the pawn at the end. But what about this? Just hits 2 pieces now? This looks great. They bring a rook, we take the bishop. Sorry, we're not hitting 2, we're just hitting the bishop. So now that in-between move has cost them, I think. Oh no, but that brings everything together. That defends the bishop and the knight. This doesn't work. This looks annoying. But maybe a rook just comes in and kicks us out. I don't know. Not a great move that I can see, so let's just do that. They finally take back. And then maybe we'll win this pawn. Wow, this guy loves an in-between move. So this, lining up the queen, look a bit dangerous. Lining up here. Are they going to throw in this move now? Okay, they take back. All right, that's a relief. So this, yeah, not working. So this wins that pawn, right? They take, we take. Or this, kick the queen and defend the pawn. Try that. So we're a little bit lower on time. We're down a few points of material, but we're going to win a little bit of it back, I think. So we can win this now. Looks pretty good. They were offering a queen trade. This looks annoying for them. Let's try that. If here. But then are they winning a rook at the end? Is my queen sort of trapped? What happened there? We just hung a knight. We messed up, guys. How do we even attack? I don't know. This to try and hold on to this pawn. I don't know. That was a forced queen trade, wasn't it? I didn't realise. We just greedily took the pawn. Just trying to move super quick and it's costing me. Oh, they're hitting me again. This and then they win the... No, they don't win the rook. We go like this. I was thinking if here and here, do they win the rook? But no, we go here and defend the rook, I think. So we're just down a lot of material. So threatening this now is pretty much mate. How do we stop that? Nothing to be done. Disgusting play. Trying to play quick. We did a little bit better on the time, but we obviously sacrificed a lot of quality there. So lost 2. We're going to try and get it back. Come on, guys. Try and get 1 back. Reclaim some honor. Been playing the Caro, so I'm going to do that soon. But back to the classic Sicilian. So we just need to play quick moves. So like this, if they hit, we can reroute. At this, be reactive slightly. Cause them problems. Do we push? They retreat. It towards the center. Let's try that. Let's castle queenside. Get snazzy. Try this. Big kick. Maybe we trade. Going back seems like a big loss of tempo, and I don't see what our bishop's ever going to be doing. Happy to trade bishop for bishop. Maybe we take the center, and then eventually we might be hitting this knight with the queen. Looks a bit misplaced. Maybe they go like this to stop our pawn push. Yeah. So here, trying to trade off the knight. Looks pretty good. Do we take with the bishop? Or do we want the bishop on this square? Not sure. I'm just gonna make a decision. Literally flipped a coin in my head there, guys. I can't be thinking too much about that. So maybe just put the rook on the open file, see if they want to take this. Maybe they castle. Okay. We castle though now. And then we're gonna line the rooks up here. And then we've got the queen coming into this square once they have to play this in defense. So we've got a simple plan now, which I like, and we're playing quicker now. I'll save a little bit of time for later. Keep the quality going. So now castle, is there any issues there? Maybe we move this so we're defending that. Or just here to defend everything. Not kick the queen, but sort of say go away. Maybe they try and kick the rook though. This, they just take that. Yeah, let's go for this. Even in some lines, this queen looks a little bit trappable. We'll get a rook like there, and then another rook here. What do they do? Take the bishop, right? Yeah, okay. They're only option. Seems fine. Now this, here, here. You know what? I quite fancy playing this endgame out if they do take with a pawn, with a double pawn in the center. Looks really nice. Porting this pawn push, whatever we want. So now they're going to have to play this, but it's not as dangerous now the queen's off the board. But instinctively, guys, we're trying to undermine this defense. If here takes, so we just go like this, and we just got a solid structure. We dictate the pawn breaks because of this powerful double pawn, guys. Supporting these breaks here and here. Now this, they can't take. Take, we're fine. Oh, even this way. That. Maybe we bring the king or this to try and further undermine this structure. I think they're going to take this way. Maybe we should have played this first because now they've got more defense on this square, haven't they? Yeah. If here takes, they win that pawn at the end of it. So we're going to have to reinforce slightly. Here they get an open file to attack, which doesn't look good. So I'm going to take this way. Close things off towards my king. Then maybe get the king up. Simple plans. Now trade like that. Wait, don't we just win a pawn here? But now they can come in with check, I guess. Is there a point? Do we care? Unless they double up, I don't think we do care. Solid structure now. This break looks good. We're going to have to contend these rooks before they double up. And if we can't, yeah, we're nowhere, guys. This is the moment. Nowhere. We're not letting you double up. We're gonna slam a rook in here to force the trade. So now you've got nothing. Those doubled up rooks would have been devastating. Now you've got nothing. My king just protects these squares. And now we should be better. So if here, that maybe they can get to the back ranks. I think our king is nicely placed. If here, that supports this pawn push. Comes with check. They get the king into the game a little bit. Maybe we just push the pawns. And then we're preparing like that. Trying to get the rooks off the board, and then we can come support these pawns with the king. So this. Just push this pawn. We're looking better, guys. We're definitely winning. We've got time as well. Just relax. We're in a winning position. Let's just make sure we don't give him any checks. So if this, they win this pawn. So here, bring the king to support. They come round. Maybe go after this though, don't they? So now we can get this moving, and we're definitely quicker. Here, is that annoying? This and this. If here, 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 here. This. Yeah, we shouldn't have let their king come in like that. If this. Just start pushing this pawn as well. Then they're going to come after this pawn though. Okay, they're going passive. Let this, and then come in with the king. And then get that moving. Yeah, we are going to have to defend that though, aren't we? This, wait, this. Here. Oh no, we're going to have to defend. This isn't good. I think we've thrown this one away as well, guys. This is looking sad. So here, we've got to take this pawn now. And now the king's coming in here, which looks really strong. Maybe we hit the rook. And you throw in a check, don't see it. Try this. What if this, though? Win this pawn? Yeah, no, we have to get behind this pawn, don't we? Oh, well, we just messed up. They definitely should have promoted the pawn. But this is also winning for them, I think. They're just a little bit quicker. And with a centralized king, this should be fine. So check. And then push. Be nice if we could throw in another check. We push, I think we got to take the queen. And now they've just won. Guys, that was humiliating. 3 losses. 7 blunders. I didn't even notice as well. That's a bad day. That's a very bad day for me. 7 blunders. I've not seen that in a long time. Oops. Right. 7. This looks all fine, right? Must have been in the end game. Yeah, I knew I'd messed up the end game. This was winning, I thought. This just looks so good for us. The engine thinks it's neutral. I don't know. Our central clamp looks incredible. Yeah, now the engine's starting to... Yeah, I didn't like giving him the open rook. I realised after I should have played this first. What does the engine say if we did that? Okay. Because I thought this looked much better, and then go for this after. Like that. And then this pawn is still a bit weak. Yeah. So then this, I guess. But where did we really mess this up? It was later on than this. It was around This point was good. We were winning. It was like around here. Somehow their king got active. There was one move in particular which I really hated, and I think it was this. I hated this move. I just thought that was awful. It says it's best. Because the king got in, and then we didn't know what to do. And here I got passive. So if here, I was apparently just winning. I just couldn't visualize it with like not much time. We just literally pushed the pawn. Why were we too scared to push the pawn? I think that was just an emotional thing, guys. I think because we'd lost the last 2 games, I was feeling like bad. And I didn't have the confidence to just push the pawn. Like, I was just feeling negative. And I should have just ballsed it out and pushed the pawn. Yeah, there. Push it. But it's just before pushing didn't seem right. Because I thought if push, they take. And then somehow they win this next pawn. I thought they'd go like that and that. And win it. But the engine's saying they don't. Oh, they can't. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even bother calculating it. I was feeling bad. And I just got negative. I started defending, got passive rather than aggressive. Bad one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, leave a condolence like. See you next time. Cheers.